AC Motive Garage. So I'm sitting here with Corey. We're getting ready to put the B18c1 back together. We just got it back from the machine shop yesterday, so we started putting everything together. So all right, so we put the cam gears on there. So we got the adjustable cam gears right there, so we can adjust them. We start getting the cams in place. Check that out. Look at that engine. Oh my goodness, this thing's gonna be badass, you know that? So we started putting our cam caps on here, cam covers, and we got two new brand caps right here, because these were leaking oil really bad all the way down. You can tell by the VTEC solenoid right here. You can see how bad it is. I just sprayed it, and look how bad the oil was on those. And look at them now after I cleaned them off. So when we finished cleaning them off, we got a bunch of parts right there in bags, so we're gonna get those done. Bailey's out here watching. Bailey, are you out here watching? You are? You like the car? You do. Okay, well, this is what we got so far. So we're gonna clean off some parts. But the O-ring, I guess, was destroyed, so we got one. There was actually a bag that came with the car. He was actually getting ready to do this, so we actually had an O-ring for this. So good, we don't have to buy one or order one. Oil pan situation, yeah, it don't fit. So we're gonna have to we ordered a new one. Hopefully Tuesday it'll be here. But we're gonna get ready and do this, and then we got a valve adjustment guide for a 10 millimeter. That's coming today, so we'll end up doing that. We got a feeler gauge, so we're gonna end up torquing these down and seeing what these are. But we got to get all the cam covers on here first, and then we got to turn the motor from, you know, number one piston and then down. So whatever the firing order is on here, I believe it's 1, 4, 2, 3, I think it is, but we'll find out for sure. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So let's see what we can get into, and let's get all these cam covers cleaned, and then we'll be back before we install them. So we got the cam gears set up right there, top dead center, so you can see the little dot right here and a dot right here. It needs to be adjusted just a little bit. We'll get that in there. Then we got the cam caps, cam gears in here. So when you put these in here, these two middle ones are studs, here and there. So that's how they go. So you get four studs. Then these are studs also, these ones on the end. And then you got your cam caps, which are right there. So you got one and you got two. So these seal the oil inside the head. And then you got another one underneath here, right here. So before you put this on here, you got to put your other cam seals. There's one right there, one right there. So I just cleaned this one off. So this is all nice and clean, ready to go on there. Corey just took out all the bolts. So that just sets just like that. Yeah, flip it around. I had it backwards. Flip it around like that, and then those little dowels should fit in there. Pick these out. Yeah. Take these ones out here. And then they should go just like that. So, yep, that should fit just like this. And then you just start putting your little bolts in here like this. So these are just little 10 millimeters here, and these are 12 millimeters. Those ones right there for your caps. So you got 4 studs just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after we get all this together, we've got to adjust the valves. So we got to do a valve adjustment on these right here. So this is your VTEC lobe right here, this middle one, and then you got your intake, and you got your so this will be your intake side right here, because you got your oil filter right here. So you know this is your intake side, because this is the back of the engine, and then this is the front of the engine. So this is your exhaust side right here. So you can see that it's ported and polished. So they'll be running them really good. And then we got a 70 millimeter throttle body put on it, and then a Skunk 2 intake, Pro Series intake. So she should be running like a raped ape, huh? Pretty good. So we got this all together. We got to find the Woodruff key for this, because there's a key that goes in here. It's called the Woodruff key. And once you set this in timing to number 1 cylinder, and then you got to set these in number 1 all the way up, and you got to make sure that number 1 is all the way at the top. So just like this. So there, see how they're touching right here, and right here. So then you check your lobes right here. You check your lobes, and then you tighten right here and right here. And there's actually a tool that you can get, which we just got it in the mail. It's a 10 millimeter, and then it's got a flathead screwdriver that bolts right down to here. So, and you can actually tell that it turns it. So you loosen it all the way. You put your feeler gauge in here, and then you tighten it up, and then you move it in and out. You just want a little bit of resistance, not much, and not too loose. So I'll go through that when we get this all together and we start doing the valve adjustment. Might need adjusted a little bit more once we get the car running, but look at that. She's looking so good. She's gonna go in there. Look at that nice radiator. Got some stuff for the seats, fix the seats for now. So here's the transmission. We cleaned it up yesterday as best we could. We got to get the throwout bearing right there. We got to get the throwout bearing out of there. You can see that it moves in and out, so that's good, but we still want to replace it with the new clutch. So yep, we got that all cleaned up. And then we still got a lot of bolts to go, and there's other parts in there also. So all right, well, we'll be back when we get all these torqued down, and I'll let you know what they're torqued at. So we had to take off the head because we forgot the two studs, the dowels that go right down here and right down there. So don't forget those little dowel pins that go in there, because when you put those on there, it helps it to seat to the motor and it doesn't move. So make sure you get those. Okay, so we had to retorque these. So I have them down here now. I've torqued them down to 20 foot-pounds. So I did this one, this one, this one, this one, and then that one, and then I went back to this one, and then you go back to this one and this one. So that's the head torquing sequence there. So right over here, I have some assembly lube that I picked up from O'Reilly's. This was $7.99, so it's got some moly graphite in there. And then on the back, you can read, you know, it's critical for 5 to 10 seconds period of initial engine startup and break-in. So we got that. So we put on the cam caps and everything, and then we were like, oh crap, we should have got some assembly lube so we can lube up the cam caps and all that kind of stuff, because there's not going to be any oil in here when it first starts up to the oil pump pushes oil up through. So I got that on, and then right over here I'll show you, I got the timing thing on here for the timing belt. That's your timing belt tensioner and the spring right here. So I got that installed, this installed, and I got that on there. I got that tightened up, so that's good. I got this on here. I found the little Woodruff key that goes in here on the little timing chain. So we got that. Then this goes on. I got your your crank sensor. So it goes just like this, and then this bolts through here. So right through here counts how many times the sensor goes around right there. So we just got to get this bolted up to here, and then just get it bolted up to I think it sits right up there like that. I'll have to look at a video before we do that. So we got that done. I got the timing cover all cleaned up. I got the new harmonic balancer. We got that cleaned up there. So we still got to do the throwout bearing and the transmission, but I'm trying to get these cams back in there. You can see the two cams sitting there. So we're going to get ready and set the cams in here. Set top dead center. So you can tell that it's in top dead center right here, is because this little notch is almost straight up right here. So turn it, maybe just turn it just a little bit. And then when we put the cams on there and lay the cams here, these are your cam caps go over on this side right there, and then this side you got your cam seals right here, so they'll sit right in this little lube right here. So we have to lube all this up, so when your cams sit in here, they won't get any dry you know, metal to metal before the engine starts lubricating itself. So we did that. We got the knock sensor right here. We got the knock sensor in there. Oil pressure right here. So that's your oil pressure sending sensor right there. And then we got the water neck in. So we had to order 2 O-rings from the Acura dealer. So we picked those up. We got that installed. And then we got the water neck installed right there. So we went to Acura dealer and we had to order this bottom bolt right here because we didn't have it. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe it broke. I don't know. I'm not the one that took this off. Corey did. But we're moving along. We got it all good to go. So that's about where we're at right now. Yep. So we're gonna get ready and set these on here, set these cams on here, and then we'll see what we got. Let's grab one of these cams here and let's see which one it is. So we marked it right there. You can see the little line. So this is the back one. So this is your back of your motor right there. So you got the back of your motor. So we're gonna set this one. This one will set in just like this. That'll set in just like this. Let's put this back here so we don't lose it. So that one cam will sit just like that. So then you just got to make sure that this little line right there, right here, this little line right there, you can see it right here. You got to make sure that this is top dead center with the crank right here with #1 piston all the way at the top. And then you got to make sure that this right here is straight up also. So then we got the other cam. So we'll grab the other cam down here, this one right here. We'll grab the other cam and we'll install this one just like this. And that will sit in just like that. So also make sure that this one is straight up also. So there we go. So you got 2, 1, 2. So you can make sure that they're straight up. This one needs to be moved just a little bit right there. This one's about good. We can adjust it a little bit because we got the adjustable cam gears, so we can unloosen these and then turn the motor just a little bit, and we can move these over to top dead center. So we're pretty much in the ballpark. It'll need to be timed a little bit, but that's pretty much where we're at right now. So I got the cams in, I got all the assembly lube in, I got all the cam caps in, so they're right here, there. These are all set right. Okay, these are all set right. So these are 10 millimeters here. So these get torqued down to 7.8 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna do them like 7.8. Then these torque down to 20, all these. And then I've got to figure out what these studs need to be torqued at. These ones right here. So these ones right here, these 4 right here are for your valve cover. So this one right here, this one right here, then you get another one right there, and you get another one right there, and then you got your 4 for your top of your valve cover right there. So I'm gonna get ready and put these down. I've already tightened these 4 up just so I can get the cams down here and here, so it sits right. So then when I put these down, it will already be, you know, it's already not moving. So I just need to tighten this one, and then tighten these 2 down. And we'll get those down in a minute, and we will be good. So let's go ahead and put these in. We'll do this one, then we'll do this one. That one, then we'll do this one. Good. And then we'll do this one. Okay, so it's set in there right. Alright, so now I gotta find the 14 millimeter for these and for these. So we'll get this set up in a minute. So I gotta find the 14, and then I'll be right back once we get that done. I think it's over there in my toolbox over there, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I got everything torqued. I got these torqued to 7.8 foot-pounds, and these are torqued to 20 foot-pounds, all these ones right here. So what you do is you go in the sequence, so 1 through 10 right here, because there's 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so there's 10 on each. So 1 through 10, 20 foot-pounds, and then 11 through 14, 11, 12, 13, 14 goes to 7.8 foot-pounds. So I did the same thing this side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, and then 11, 12, and 13 and 14. So got all that done, got the assembly lube all in there, got it all cleaned up, everything's cleaned up. So they had to put 2 new spark plug gap thingies in there, so it's all good to go. So I'm gonna get ready, and I'm gonna put the spark plugs in there so nothing gets down into the cylinder now, because then we'd have to take the whole head off. So I'm gonna get ready and do that. So what we got is we got NGK iridiums. So these don't need to be gapped, they're already gapped. If you gap them, you will break the little thing off, the little filament thing for the spark plug, because they're iridiums. So you don't gap them. So we'll get ready and we'll insert these right here. We'll get ready and put the timing belt on there, and we should be done for the night. This is gonna fit like this, but obviously this won't fit in there because of this. So yeah, we can't fit that in there. So we got our new knock sensor and our oil sensor and all that. There's our brand new cam caps here, brand new seals, so that's all good to go. All right, so I'm gonna get ready and put these spark plugs in, and we'll be good for a little while till tomorrow. You can see the spark plugs in there, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can see that they're hand tightened right now. So we'll get a 3/8 ratchet on there and tighten it all up before we do anything with it, after we get the valve cover on. So everything's hand tightened right now. So now we're not going to get any dirt or anything inside this engine. So everything's torqued down, everything's good. We got everything flat. So I found one of the studs right there for the valve cover, just like I told you. So there's 4 of them, one right there, and then one right there and one right there. I know one is on the valve cover itself. He couldn't get the nut off, so I'm gonna have to get that one off of there. But you can see it goes in there, so I'm gonna have to find 3 more of those. We have an oil bag with all the oil and all the bolts in, so I'm gonna have to find those 4 bolts. But other than that, I gotta get the valve cover finish cleaning that up, and then we have some red valve cover spray for that, and then we're gonna do the back insert. So it's pretty much what we got right now. And there's the VTEC solenoid goes here. So we get our other VTEC solenoid cleaned up. Should be somewhere over here. We got a new water neck right there. You can see the new one, that's the old one. We might have to use this coolant, the fan sensor, but we don't know yet. We'll see what we got going on. Got some high gloss over there, so that'll be for the middle of the valve cover, and that's the B20 head that we got. So that's sitting here. So if anybody wants a B20 head, hit me up on JC Motors Garage. Oh, look it. We might be able to use those. Yep, I think we're going to use those studs. There's 4 of them. Actually, there's 5 of them on those, but we're going to use those. I think they'll fit, because the B16 and the B20 and the B18 is pretty much all the same block. It's just different, same head, well, different head, but it's all the same bolt pattern and everything to this one. So I might be able to use those. Might get those out, and I might use those. We got a lot done to the head. We got the cams, we got the cam gears, we got all that done. The knock sensor, oil pressure sensor, we got that in. Got the coolant neck in. Got the front timing belt tensioner on. We got the crankshaft sensor on. Got that done. So next video we'll be putting in the oil pan, painting the valve cover, and putting on the timing belt, getting that all set and ready to go. Changing the belt bearing and the transmission, and then finding all our bolts, matching it up, getting that ready to go. And hopefully, probably not next video, but the next video, we'll be dropping in the car. We got to find all our bolts for our motor mounts and all that kind of stuff. So if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JC Motor Garage. We post a lot of stuff on there. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on JC Motor Garage.